I'd like to welcome our viewing audience to our regular council meeting for the month of July. It's Tuesday, July the 28th, and we have all members here tonight except for Councillor McKinnon, who is away on vacation. So we will begin our meeting tonight just with our disclaimer that this meeting is being live streamed to the municipality's website. And so if anybody does appear in the gallery, then they are foretold, I guess, that the meeting is being live streamed and that any comments or any activity within the meeting that may include them, they are giving consent to being recorded. And so we'll begin our meeting tonight with a moment of silence. So we'll rise for a moment. Thank you. We'll move into the second item on our agenda tonight, which is the approval of the agenda. Do we have a mover for the approval of tonight's agenda? Moved by Councillor Nickerson. Do we have a seconder?
Second.
Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary-minded, nay. The motion has been carried unanimously to approve tonight's agenda. Are there any declarations of conflict of interest this evening? No declarations of conflict of interest to be had, and so we move into the approval of our minutes of our last regular council meeting, which was held on June the 23rd, 2026. The minutes have been circulated. Do we have a mover for the adoption of those minutes?
So
moved by Councillor Nickerson and seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on this motion? If not, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary-minded, nay. That motion has also been carried unanimously to approve all of the minutes of the June the 23rd regular council meeting. This moves us into the report of the warden. On July the 3rd, I met with some folks who have an interest in preserving, protecting the heritage and the longevity of the Seal Island Light off of the coast here in Nova Scotia. There's some people that are interested in preserving the light and possibly creating an entity, an organization that would continue to facilitate and fund some of the expenses of maintaining the Seal Island Light Station, which has been in operation. Well, I should know the exact date, but I don't. But a very long time in terms of its purpose in serving our seafaring community. So that was on July the 3rd. On July the 16th, I attended the Regional Emergency Measures group, the REMAC meeting, virtually, and that was a good meeting. Lots of discussion at that meeting about emergency services and funding questions and so on related to that throughout the county. On July the 19th, I got to the start line for the half marathon here in Barrington. Kudos to the staff who organized and volunteers, without whose help we wouldn't be able to pull off such an event in our community. And thanks to the community for their patience and accommodating. I know there's a lot of people that come into our community. It creates a bottleneck in many ways for traffic. And so thanks to the public for their patience during this event, which we have the opportunity to host, I think this time probably between 750 and 800 runners. That doesn't include family members who come into the community and of course contribute to our local economy. Many people that I've connected with at an event like this will say that I'm coming back, sometime for vacation as well. So often it's kind of a segue to, more visits and longer stays by people who visit our community. So kudos to everybody that helped organize that event and made it a success this year. On July the 22nd, I went to actually the Old Meeting House. I was invited to go to the Old Meeting House to listen to some summer melodies, and the folks at the museum do a good job of organizing a summer venue there for people to come and appreciate local culture and the local arts as well. And Jim put on a wonderful performance singing summer melodies. So it was good to connect with people there. On July the 14th and the 21st, I also attended the Committee of the Whole meetings along with the rest of our council members. And my report is pretty brief for this month. So I'd like to close just by wishing all of our local axe throwers a great competition at the World Championships in Sweden. I know we have our very own municipal staff member, Susie Pauli Atwood, who's also going to be attending that event. So we hope that she, along with any and all of our local axe throwers that are attending the championships in Sweden, all the success and that they continue to connect with people globally, because sometimes it's these relationships that come out of events like this that end up drawing people reciprocally back into our own community. So there's a lot of cross-pollination that happens when it comes to hospitality and developing friendships that make a lot of inroads into our community and into other communities around the world too. So that's my report for the warden this for the month of July. Does anybody have any questions around that report? If not, then what we'll do is start with Councillor Nickerson and go to Councillor Jekyll, and then we will wrap up with Deputy Warden Bazinet, who will launch into the report of the motions from our committee of the whole meetings this month in Councillor McKinnon's absence. Councillor Nickerson.
So on the 14th, on actually July the 10th, I attended the demonstration of the sprinkler system that the fire departments, the 3 fire departments here in Shelburne County, and I think we funded part of that, some of it, a minimal amount in the province. I watched the demonstration down at the Barrington Municipal Exhibition Grounds, and they pump water from the pond that's there, and they piped it all around, all the way right down to the small horse barns, and put about, I don't know how many sprinklers were on it, sprinkler heads were on it, but I bet it had to be 15 or 20 or something. And that thing churned the water out. I never seen anything like that in my life. So I would say it's to protect the building or a structure or something like that in the event of a fire. It's fully mobile, and there's several of them. I think there's 13 in the province, if I'm not mistaken. I shouldn't say 13. There's a number of them in the province that's around, but I think it's another good tool that our fire departments have here, and they're all mobile. Like you could bring 2 or 3 of them in. So it was pretty impressive to me. I like that kind of stuff, and it was pretty impressive. On the 14th, I attended a committee of the whole meeting. And on the 21st, I attended a committee of the whole meeting. And over the past month, I met with DOT on several occasions for a couple culverts, one in Lower Clark's Harbor, and that's going to take a little more to fix, and one that appeared in Southside just below Daniels Head late last week. I think it popped up Thursday, Friday, sometime there. And actually I met with Kurt Reed there on that, and they were there today, and they pulled that culvert out, put 2 new ones in, and got it done and replaced it. It was you could see it going down through the road, and so they didn't waste any time. So I'd like to thank them, and I think it was quick response and stuff. So also I met with him on a couple issues on ditching and stuff around the community down the hall. I was fortunate enough to be here at the municipal office, and the Attorney General from Nova Scotia popped by, the Honorable Scott Armstrong. He came by to have a peek at our courthouse and what's going on and the progress that we're making on it, because our MLA has some concerns that it's not moving fast enough. So he came down to push that along. So hopefully that's going to be, we'll see some activity there. I don't know if our CAO's heard anything since or anything, but we're supposed to be hearing something on that. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Councillor.
And I look forward to the opening of the recreation, or the grand, or the what do we call it? The official opening, the grand opening of the new recreation facility. It is a very nice place. I've heard a lot of good comments about it. So,
Councillor Jekyll.
Thank you. I just would like to, I attend all the meeting for this month of July, all the committee meeting. And I did chair the meeting for Remax in Sheldon County. And we did a lot of discussion, and as the chairperson was saying, and then I submit everything to our CEO, Chris Martin. I called them and I told them all the information, and I know Jason is going to send you some emails and stuff like that. So all the information is with our CEO regarding this. And just for the record, that public work in Woods Harbor, that section between Wesleyan Church and Central Church has been started. Pavement has been started there. So hopefully that will be smooth right up there after a few years being a hard shaped road. So that's a good news. And I know it's gonna be people gonna complain about traffic and stop sign all that stuff, but hey, it's gonna come good after that. I know I did send the certificate for Shirley Brandon for her 90th birthday, and it's supposed to be there, but I already apologized from her son, and I apologize from her. I could not attend it because something came up to me, and I had to be in Halifax that day. So, but I wish her all the best on her 90th birthday. I want to thank Shelby County Health Association or World Group that for the gala that they have red painted town red, and our community show good spirit again, and $80,000 they fundraise for that machine. And I said, because I know that was around $40,000, and I was talking to the group, and they said, no, it depends on the machine that you're gonna get. Some of them start from $40,000 to 120. So it's up to the profession who work on it, what's the best machine to have, and they're gonna figure out what's the best way to go and good machine to have in our community. So good for that group, the way they done the work, and it was awesome. Actually, it was a very nice event. A lot of people had good time, and one more thing, I just want to send. I know I should have done it last week, and I want to send a sympathy to the Wickens family for the loss of Vicky Bird. He would be missed. He always come here every year to get some funding for UFO site, and so he will be missed by a lot of people. So my sympathy goes to the family, and I believe that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Jekyll. Councillor Nickerson, you would like to?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, just one thing about, for those that's watching tonight, it's hot days this weekend. I just want to put a little plug in for those guys, and I guess they had the Viking March there, and then they are having something at the Legion tonight, and then I think there's something going on Friday, and the weekend they always have their beach, their potluck down there that draws a lot of people. Like it's a busy spot. So, and yeah, that's all I want to mention. Just to
Nobody does community festivals quite like the Hawkers.
Good stuff. Like it's don't drive down the Hawk when that's going on. It is busy, man. I've never seen something so busy in all my life.
You need to vote in.
Yeah.
We'll turn it over to Deputy Warden Bazinet to share her report and to segue from her report into the reports from the committee of the whole meetings this month. Take it away.
Great. Yeah, I just want to concur as well too with what Councilor Jekyll said about the Painted Red Gala. It was a lovely night and very, very successful, and love to see more of that sort of thing in the community for things that we might want to fundraise for. For me, it's been a relatively light month activity-wise, which is good given the time of year. On July 16th, I virtually attended a data presentation offered by the Nova Scotia Federation of Municipalities on women in municipal government and the challenges they face. Apparently, there are some places in the province where it's not easy to be a woman on council. council.
Mhm.
And some of the data that collected by the Scene Effects, I think it was, maybe it was Dalhousie, I can't recall at the top of my head, were disturbing. So the political climate everywhere is fraught, and it's disappointing, but hopefully things will improve. On July 30th, I will be attending a meeting here at the municipal offices in preparation for exploration of establishing a joint services board among the 5 Shelburne units. That meeting is still on. All right. And I imagine Warden Hatfield will be attending as well. And then lastly, I worked on some constituent issues, which look like they're going to be resolved fairly soon, and attended both meetings of the Committee of the Whole. Report. Okay. So Committee of the Whole Council meeting from July 14th regarding identifying municipal land for non-market housing initiative promoted by FCM, the Federation of Canadian Municipalities. It is recommended to Council that whereas there is a growing need within our municipality for a variety of housing options, whereas there is a growing number of unhoused persons within our municipality and across the county, whereas FCM is taking the initiative with the federal government and other funding partners to secure non-market housing options within communities across Canada, whereas by offering land to be considered for non-market housing development, we get to explore this opportunity further without implicating ourselves to any one set project opportunity. Therefore, be it resolved that Council identify and offer any municipal land parcels which may be suitable for consideration by the Federation of Canadian Municipalities Initiative from the ground, turning municipal land into non-market housing, as delineated on the official FCM website at their website.
Do we have a mover for this motion?
So moved.
Moved by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Do we have a seconder for this motion? Seconded by Councillor Nicholson. Do we have any discussion on this motion?
Question?
Question being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. Motion has been carried unanimously.
From the Committee of the Whole Council meeting on July 21. Tender Evaluation Report, MODB 2602. It is recommended to Council to award the tender for one new 3/4 ton truck with a plow for the Public Works Department to Tuscott Sales and Services Limited in the amount of $90,000, $90,846.25, HST included.
We have a mover for this motion. Moved by Councillor Nicholson. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Al-Jekyll. Any further discussion on this motion?
Question?
Questions being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has also been carried unanimously.
Tender Evaluation Report, MODB 2603. It is recommended to Council that tender MODB 2603 for one light-duty truck be canceled and reissued with revised specifications, clearly identifying the requirement for small light-duty truck in an effort to bring the price closer to budget.
We have a mover for this motion. Moved by Councillor Al-Jekyll. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Nicholson. Any further discussion on this motion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has been carried unanimously. I would just say for our viewing audience that most of these motions, it might look like we're rubber stamping them, but they did get a lot of discussion in Committee of the Whole. So we've already had a lot of discussion around these motions. Deputy Warden.
Tender Evaluation Report, MODB 2604. It is recommended to Council to award the tender for one new articulating sidewalk plow and accessories in accordance with specifications outlined in the RFP document to Atlantic Coastal Equipment in the amount of $213,180, HST included.
Do we have a mover for this motion? Moved by Councillor Jekyll. Do we have a seconder?
Second.
Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on this motion for the sidewalk plow?
Question?
Question being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has been carried unanimously. I think by what we've heard about this sidewalk plow, it's probably going to make a pretty big difference in terms of our, ability and capacity to be able to clear sidewalks and to do a lot more things than probably we've been able to do in the past. I know sometimes we've had complaints from constituents about how, expeditious the sidewalks have been plowed or how effectively they've been plowed, but this new equipment hopefully will have a direct bearing on accessibility for the public when it comes to our municipal sidewalks. So, very good. Deputy Warden.
All right, Woods Harbor EHS stations. It is recommended to council to direct the CAO to prepare a letter of support requesting an improved and more consistent EHS service for Woods Harbor, including consideration of the Woods Harbor EHS station as a priority location, and the CAO making queries regarding any existing agreement, commitment, or documentation related to dedicated or consistent EHS service in Woods Harbor.
Do we have a mover for this motion? It's moved by Councillor Al Jekyll, the member from that district. Do we have a seconder? Seconded by Councillor Nickerson. Do we have any further discussion on this motion?
Question?
Questions being called. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has also been carried unanimously.
All right, and lastly, report on in-camera session. It is recommended to council that the offer to purchase the wind turbine be declined and that the municipality proceed with its decommissioning.
Do we have a mover for this motion to speak a decent eulogy over our wind turbine and finally lay it to rest?
I will move that.
You seem gleefully.
Yes, I do.
Moved by Councillor Nicholson. Do we have a seconder for this motion? Seconded by Deputy Warden Bazinet. Any further discussion on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Contrary minded, nay. That motion has been carried unanimously, which brings us to the end of our motions coming out of our committee of the whole meetings. Just want to remind the viewing audience that if you want to tune in, we live stream these meetings, of course, not just the council meeting, but we also live stream the committee meetings. It's at those meetings that you'll get a lot more of the background discussion around these motions that come out at our monthly council meeting. So if you want to get into the nuts and bolts and into the joints and marrows of the decisions we make, then those would be the meetings to tune into as well. At this time, I will turn over 5.4, which is our staff report, to our very capable CAO, Chris Frodden, to speak and to share from the staff report.
Thank you very much, Mr. Warren. So as Councillor Nickerson mentioned, at long last, we are able, ready, and excited to open the doors of our new recreation center. It hasn't always been smooth sailing or it's had its fair share of challenges, but it's not uncommon with large capital projects to face some of those. And we're really excited to be able to open the doors and mark this actually, it's really great milestone with everyone, with the community. So the grand opening will take place next Wednesday, August 5th at 2:30 p.m. in the lobby of the Recreation Center. And it'll include remarks, the standard boilerplate stuff in a grand opening, ribbon cutting ceremony. We will unveil the new lobster sculpture that was painted specifically for the rec center. There'll be a musical performance or two, and then a reception with guided tours of the facility for guests. So that's really looking forward to that. As you Warren mentioned, the marathon took place on July 19th, so a couple of Sundays ago. We once again set a new participation record with nearly 750 participants, which is really exciting. And it shows that our marathon continues to grow in reputation and importance for the tourism and local economy. That being said, we did unfortunately have a rain weather delay a little bit, which kind of condensed the groups. And having that many runners, it did create some traffic issues and traffic concerns that we did note. And also, we feel as though we are approaching potentially our maximum capacity. Over the last 2 or 3 years, we've sort of increased by 50 participants every year. But just with the way that it's set up, the way that it's an open road course, our facilities, our amenities, our accommodations in the community, there's a limit. So we're really going to take next year an intense look at kind of how it's set up and see whether there are any changes that can be made to allow for more participants, or potentially needing to cap it at where we're at now, which is still a very large number and a good showing every year for any local or small marathon. And if there are any complaints, concerns, questions, comments regarding the marathon, our recreation department is always ready and willing to take note of them and work with the local volunteers and everyone involved to hopefully improve on it or address those concerns. But all in all, it went very well, ran smoothly, and obviously an event of that size doesn't happen with a lot of volunteer work, a lot of teamwork. We have all of our sponsors, our community members that provide all sorts of different things. So yeah, the efforts don't go unnoticed, and it makes our marathon a really positive experience for everyone. We're in the middle of our tourism season, and our visitor information center and our local tourist kind of experiences and season has gone off, has started very strong. So we decided this year to really keep good stats on the visitations we've got at our VIC. And in the staff report, I do give a few different data points, and overall, we're seeing a huge increase in visitation to our visitor information center, and even in phone inquiries. It could potentially be just that our tourist, our reputation as a tourism area or a place to visit is increasing. But I do feel like with the closure of some of the VICs, visitor information centers in the province this year, we may be, one of the only ones in this general region. So it might just increase the amount of visits. But it's always nice to see visitors from all over the world, honestly, come in and ask questions and get information. And our tourism ambassadors are now in full swing as well, and they're organizing events like our Island View Evenings summer music series, which are really nice, and also kind of tourism like information binders that our accommodations get, that type of stuff. Otherwise, our development office continues to be active. This is a busy time for them with development and construction and permits and inspections. And that well summarizes the main points of my staff report that I want to make. Thanks.
Any questions for our CAO regarding the staff report? I do want to chime in and offer personal thanks to you on behalf of council for all the work that you've done around the rec center. I know that it has been, when you have a project of this magnitude prolonged to this extent, it can't do anything but extract a lot of staff energy and attention. And I know that you've been quite stick-to-itive and diligent on working with the glitches and the problems and the obstacles and the foibles and all the wrinkles that have come into the fabric and had to be ironed out along the way. So we really appreciate your commitment and resolve in helping to deal with those issues along the way. So any other questions or comments for our CEO? Councillor Jack?
Just for that, did we send a letter to the province to attend this grand opening, or?
Yes, most definitely. I think over 30 invitations were sent directly to a number of ministers, provincial staff, them being a huge funder of this project. It wouldn't have been possible without them. So our local MP or our local MLA, anyone remotely involved or associated to the project. Yeah, I think at least over 30 direct invitations. Yeah.
Good. Any other questions or comments? Thank you, Councillor Jackal. This then moves us into the new or other business, which is the acceptance of a gift from the municipality of Barrington Fire Departments. And so I'll turn that over to our CAO as well.
Thank you, Mr. Warren. So I don't know if Councillor Bazinet or Deputy Warren Bazinet wanted to touch on this because it sort of was coordinated a little bit, or they reached out to her maybe first in addition to all of you. But maybe I can start and then she can jump in if I missed anything or if she would like to add. So in summary, the 3 fire departments within the municipality jointly purchased a picnic table that was constructed from lumber salvaged from the wildfires. And they also have a plaque that's sort of a commemorative plaque that they have with it. And they wanted the municipality to have it and to put it in a sort of public location. So they reached out, I believe, to all of you, maybe individually or as a group, sort of making you aware of that, but also asking if you would accept it, which of course we would, and then also placing it in a place that would be visible and used by the public. So they recommended or suggested the gazebo over at the Kayak Brook, or maybe somewhere at the arena, the rec center, or on Sherrose Island. So I guess we wanted to put it on here as sort of a formal acceptance or acknowledgement that they did that, and that we would definitely take it and put it in one of those locations for them.
Thank you so much. Did you want to have anything to add to that you wouldn't add tonight?
I would just add that the tables themselves are beautiful. We the farm bought two for people to sit at, and no one is hauling that thing off easily. If you haven't seen, it's the most massive, heavy picnic table ever. So it's going to last forever. He's Peter Sutherland, who did the work, did a beautiful job in giving the top and the benches character, and sort of honoring the process that the wood has been through. So I think it's to have more of these around the municipality and places where people gather would be a really nice sort of way to memorialize it and honor the whole event. So I'm thrilled with it, and encourage people, if they would like to buy one, that they can contact Peter Sutherland up at Clyde for their own home use.
It's well said. It's an incredible conversation piece. You know, it's an incredible work of creativity and of art, and it has such beautiful functionality to sit at a table that, you know, of the wood that's been charred from the wildfire. I mean, it's like you said, it memorializes the event and pays honor and tribute to the people that were involved and those who lost, you know, homes and personal affects during the fire. It, you know, it really is a silent and yet powerful, creative work of art. You know, that's very, very practical too. And so, thank you for your comments, Councillor Al Jackal.
Just want to say thank you for our department to go there and purchase something like that.
Yes.
To the taxpayer to use. So that's very nice of them. Thank you.
So good. This brings us to the end of our meeting. So the last item on the agenda, of course, is our adjournment. I want to thank our viewing audience for tuning in tonight, and for all the members who have participated in all the decisions that have come into implementation as a result of this council meeting tonight. Thank you for your dedication to each of your districts and to your constituents and to our entire community. I think our community is a much better place because of the kind of work that all of you do around this table. So it's a privilege to serve alongside you. And thanks again for joining us tonight. We'll adjourn any meeting.